Mind Smack
Television.
Welcome to our third episode of Mind Smack Television. Oh, that's right, we have it.
Mind Smack.
There we go.
Delayed reaction.
Delayed reaction.
I'm just glad you guys have stopped slapping me.
We can start that back.
No, I was getting pretty old.
But we never got that on camera, though. You have no proof.
Nope.
So to my left, we have Jeremy Davis, metaphysician extraordinaire and doll maker, action figure maker, Kabbalist, and on my right we have Dr. Martin Jordan, metaphysician, hypnotherapist, past life regressionist, psychic medium, paranormal overachiever, and me, Connie Jordan, metaphysical comedian and author. So today's subject, I would say, is pretty controversial. Mm-hmm. That's if anybody actually watches this. That's all I'm saying. But today's topic, we're going to talk about Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Now, our last episode, we were talking about the deities, Apoptis.
Destroyer of worlds.
Destroyer of worlds. And I had asked, after we had quit taping, I wanted a little bit more information on him. And that's what I love about you, Mart. You just bring it down to the layman's terms. Mm-hmm. So when I asked you a little bit more about Apoptis, you said he was destroyer of worlds, and we had talked about Kali and Hecate, but you really brought it into perspective when you said
that Apoptis, Hecate's afraid of him, and Kali is his booty call.
That's hardcore.
That is. That's hardcore.
Yeah, it is.
So I thought that was kind of interesting because, I mean,
folks, you won't find that in any books out there. You can find it right here on Mind Smack TV.
Wow. When is our budget going to get bigger?
I've got 75 cents.
I don't know. I'm going to have to get on that editing guy, though. He's not doing a good enough job.
Hey, you're in my shot. Again.
Sorry. We have to find our editing guy some good software. That's what it's all about. Some decent software.
Yeah, and apparently it's like 19 degrees below zero in Florida today.
We're coming to you today from that beautiful beach in Siberia, where we've been banished to by our subscribers.
What? I thought we were the only subscribers.
That was the PTL network. Banished us here.
Pass the loot.
Pass
the loot. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Potato, same thing.
Anyway.
Okay.
What's that other one? The $500 club? $700 club. Yeah, that's it.
More like 700 million.
$700 per minute.
Club. Okay, so we're going to get started today, and since our resident expert is in the house on the Jesus and Mary chain, there are several theories out there about the relationship. First of all, who this Mary Magdalene was.
Poor or rich person?
Or rich person. And different religions have you believing that she's a certain type of person.
I swear, every time we start filming, it's like non-stop Grand Central out here.
That was the snowmobiles. You probably can't see the snow behind us here in Florida, but it's there. A little snow globe down here. Now,
insert snow.
The relationship between Jesus and Mary has been explored by many authors, one of which is Dolores Cannon in the They Walk with Jesus and some other books. Jesus and the Essenes and some other books that she's written. But we're going to hand you over now to Reverend J for a brief summary and description of why these theories came about.
All right. Well, first of all, anything that I'm talking about today, I didn't come up with out of my ass.
No.
I'll
You two have this ass, is what you say. This is your word.
Yeah, apparently. I will list the references for what I'm talking about, websites and books and things of that nature.
Because really, what the point of us doing this is because you and Martin have always discussed theories that are outside the box.
Yes.
Right.
Not that you have always agreed with them, but you find them fascinating, and that's what it's about. It's about exploring different types of theories and opening up your mind and coming to your own conclusion.
Absolutely.
That's our point.
Yeah.
Good point there.
Absolutely. And some of the ones that I'm going to talk about today, I don't necessarily agree with, and some of them I do. But that's for you to decide which ones you agree with, which ones you don't. But it can be pretty much summed up that the whole thing about Mary Magdalene being a prostitute is absolutely false.
Yeah.
Even standard, even, pretty much the scholars of today would tell you that that's
pretty
false.
much standard now.
Yeah.
That everybody
Except for the Catholics.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure even some of those Christian churches too, the hardcore right wing.
Some of them, maybe. I don't know. Depends. I haven't been to all of them, so can't speak for them. But I'm sure there are those out there.
Yeah.
That would say that. Basically that was all made up by this Catholic priest several hundred years ago.
Just several hundred years ago.
Yeah. It was quite a long time ago.
I mean, I'm surprised it wasn't longer.
It might have been almost 1,000 years ago, but it was. I think it was like.
Probably, I would think soon after she probably passed.
No. I think it was like the 1500s, something like that, give or take. I'm not exactly sure on that one, but Martin should be because he's a good Catholic boy.
Yeah,
but he doesn't know.
It was a really long time ago.
Drink. Arse.
We're not filming Father Ted.
No.
But so anyway, what I've pieced together are some. First of all, isn't it interesting why everybody in the New Testament that's a woman seems to be named Mary? And according to one of my sources, that is because Mary was not actually a name; it was a title.
Like honey?
It was actually Miriam. That's the Jewish form. But Miriam was the sister of Moses. And that name or title was taken on by women that were priestesses.
I'm shaking the table.
Oh yeah, I am.
Earthquake.
Snow,
earthquake.
The name Miriam was taken on by women because it was Moses' sister's name, and it was taken on by priestesses. Shock.
Female priest?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
No way.
You just mind smacked me.
I need to get the hands. Where are my hands? I need man smack hands.
Apparently the group that probably the Essenes that Jesus and Mary Magdalene and his family belonged to allowed women to be teachers just as well as the men. They were much more open-minded than the standard Jewish doctrines at the time. And in fact, some of the sources state that Mary Magdalene was considered a co-teacher, if not a co-Christ, with Jesus. Apparently, there was some references to her being the Lady Christ and he being the Lord Christ.
Well, to me that makes more sense. It really does. I mean, because a lot of religion, they're so out of balance. Even with some of the Wiccan or pagan beliefs that it's all feminine, you've got to have that balance.
Absolutely. And I agree with that completely. That was one of my biggest issues.
That makes sense to me.
Organized religion was how unbalanced it was. But apparently they considered that he and her were avatars of the God form.
So she was considered an equal.
Exactly. She was considered an equal. Not just a revered apostle, but an actual equal.
Which would explain why Peter, Paul, and the other disciples got disgruntled periodically.
Right.
Because he seemed to favor her.
Well, especially the ones that came out of your standard Judaism.
Yeah.
Don't mind the dog barking or the man behind the curtain.
No.
Right.
And we promise to show you the curtain in a future episode. Can't vouch for the man, but we'll show you the curtain.
Okay, so